Ladies and gentlemen, how often do we find ourselves questioning why things aren't going the way we want them to? How many times have we looked at others and wondered why their success seems to come so easily while we struggle and wait? The truth is, we are all on our own unique journeys, and sometimes the hardest part is trusting that what is meant for us will eventually come. Today I want to remind you of one powerful truth. If it is meant for you, it will come. Let that sink in. If something is truly meant for you, the universe will guide it to you, even if it takes time. There is no need to rush. There is no need to force things to happen before their time. The right opportunities, the right people, the right experiences, they will all find their way to you when the moment is right. It's easy to get discouraged when things aren't happening as quickly as we expect. We live in a world of instant gratification where everything seems to happen in the blink of an eye. But life doesn't work that way. The most meaningful and lasting things in life don't arrive overnight. Think about the greatest things you've ever received or achieved in your life. Did they come immediately? Were they the result of just wishing or wanting them? Of course not. They came after you put in the work, after you faced setbacks, after you learned and grew. And some things came when you least expected them because they were meant for you. Remember, your timing is not the universe's timing. You can do everything right, you can work hard, you can stay focused, and you can be patient, but there are forces at work beyond our understanding. When it's meant for you, it will come. And sometimes the waiting period is exactly what you need. It's the time when you grow the most, learn the most, and prepare yourself for what's coming. Think about it. How often have you heard stories of people who didn't get what they wanted when they thought they should, only to look back later and realize it was all part of a greater plan? They see that the setbacks, the struggles, and the challenges were all leading them to something even bigger and better than they could have imagined at the time. What if the job you didn't get was leading you to the perfect opportunity? What if the relationship that didn't work out was preparing you for the one that will truly fulfill you? What if the failure you experienced was just a stepping stone toward the success you'll soon achieve? You see, it's easy to lose faith when things don't come as quickly as we want. But every moment of struggle, every moment of waiting is building you up for what is meant to be yours. Trust in the process. Trust that your path is unfolding exactly as it should. In the meantime, focus on what you can control: your attitude, your effort, your growth. Take each day as an opportunity to become the best version of yourself. Do the work, stay dedicated, and remain open to the possibilities. Keep showing up, keep putting in the effort, and keep your faith in the process. When the time is right, you will receive what you've been waiting for. If it's meant for you, it will come. So stop worrying about the things you can't control. Stop comparing your journey to others. Stay true to yourself, keep moving forward, and trust that the universe has something incredible in store for you. Your time will come. Believe in your path. Believe in your purpose. And most importantly, believe that what's meant for you will never pass you by. I want to start by asking you a simple question. How many of us have felt frustrated or anxious about waiting for something, whether it's waiting for a promotion, a relationship to blossom, or simply the results of hard work and effort? It can feel like time is moving too slowly and that the things we desire should be here already. I think we can all agree that patience is often tested in our lives. But I am here to remind you of one powerful truth today. Patience is not just a virtue, it is a force that has the power to transform your life in ways you may not yet fully understand. Now, we live in a world where instant gratification is the norm. We can get food delivered to our doorsteps within minutes. We can communicate with anyone, anywhere at the touch of a button, and we can get information in a split second. This world of speed, convenience, and immediacy can make us forget something essential: that not everything in life is meant to happen quickly. There is great power in patience. In fact, patience is not a passive act, nor is it about merely sitting still and waiting. Patience is an act of choice. It's about trusting the process, being willing to grow while you wait, and understanding that everything happens in its own time. First and foremost, patience teaches us resilience. Life is unpredictable. No matter how hard we try, things don't always go according to plan. We might face setbacks, challenges, or disappointments that make us question whether it's even worth waiting for. But it is in those moments of waiting, when things seem uncertain, that we find our inner strength. Patience is the ability to keep going even when the result is not immediately visible. Every time we choose to be patient, we build resilience. We become stronger, more capable of handling life's curveballs. When you look back at some of your most challenging moments, you will see how patience played a role in shaping who you are today. You endured, you waited, and you emerged from it more resilient than before. Life may not have unfolded as you imagined, but through patience, you were able to persevere. Another beautiful aspect of patience is that it allows us time to learn and grow. When we rush through life or push for quick results, we often miss out on the lessons we need to learn along the way. Think of a seed being planted in the ground. It needs time, nourishment, and the right conditions to grow into a strong tree. You can't rush it. If you try to force the seed to grow faster, it won't reach its full potential. The same is true for our personal growth. The things that matter most in life, whether it's our career, relationships, or our dreams, need time to develop. Patience gives us the space to learn, to make mistakes, to adjust, and to grow. It's the quiet force that helps us become wiser, more skilled, and more understanding. When we have patience, we embrace the process of becoming who we are meant to be. We stop rushing through life and start enjoying each moment for what it can teach us. Here's the thing, when we choose to be patient, we often end up with better results. I'm sure you've heard the saying, good things come to those who wait, but it's more than just a saying, it's the truth. If you plant a seed and give it the right conditions, it will grow into a beautiful tree. But if you pull it out of the ground too soon, it won't have the time to develop its roots. Patience allows us to nurture our dreams and goals, to work steadily towards them, and to give them the time and care they deserve. When we are patient, we allow things to unfold naturally, and we avoid making hasty decisions that might lead to regrets. Patience teaches us that sometimes waiting brings clarity. Sometimes the right opportunity comes to us when we stop forcing it. Finally, patience brings peace. When we stop rushing, stop pushing, and stop worrying, we create space for calm. We stop living in a constant state of anxiety about what's next or whether we're on the right track. Instead, we learn to trust ourselves, trust the process, and trust that what is meant to be will come at the right time. Patience is a practice of mindfulness. It's about being present in the moment, appreciating where you are, and knowing that all things unfold in their own time. When you embrace patience, you are no longer in a race against time. You begin to enjoy the journey, knowing that the destination will arrive when it's meant to. The first step in understanding the law of attraction is recognizing the immense power of your thoughts. Your mind is like a magnet. What you think about most often is what you begin to attract. If you focus on thoughts of abundance, happiness, and success, you will attract those things into your life. If you focus on fear, doubt, or scarcity, you will inevitably attract more of those experiences. It might seem too simple, too easy, or even too good to be true, but it's not. Our thoughts have energy. When you consistently think positive, empowering thoughts, you begin to send out a vibration that aligns with your desires. The universe doesn't judge whether your thoughts are right or wrong. It simply responds to the energy they emit. Have you ever noticed how when you're in a good mood, things seem to go your way? When you're happy and optimistic, opportunities seem to present themselves and everything falls into place. On the flip side, when you're stressed or negative, things seem to spiral. That's the law of attraction at work. Now, it's not enough just to think positive thoughts. The law of attraction works best when your thoughts are in alignment with your emotions and actions. It's about aligning your inner world with your outer world. To manifest what you desire, you must genuinely believe that it's already yours. This means having unwavering faith that the things you desire are already on their way to you. Imagine for a moment that you're about to receive the promotion you've been working for. Instead of thinking, "I hope I get it," change your mindset to, "I am worthy of this promotion. I am ready for this next chapter. This opportunity is already mine." The shift in mindset is crucial. You are not just wishing for something to happen, you are believing that it is already happening, and from that belief, your actions, your energy, and your life begin to align with your desire. One of the most powerful tools the law of attraction offers is visualization. Visualization is a technique where you see yourself already living the life you desire. This is not just about imagining a dream. It's about feeling the emotions associated with that dream as if it's already a reality. Take a moment right now and think about your biggest goal. Picture it clearly in your mind. Feel the excitement, the pride, the gratitude that would come with it. When you visualize, you begin to send out a vibration that matches the energy of that dream. You are literally training the universe to help you manifest that vision. Athletes, entrepreneurs, and successful people from all walks of life use visualization as a tool to attract success. They see the outcome, feel it, and then take action to make it a reality. When you align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with your vision, you become a magnet for the things you desire. Gratitude is a game changer when it comes to the law of attraction. The more you express gratitude for what you already have, the more the universe gives you to be grateful for. Gratitude sends a powerful message to the universe that you are open, abundant, and worthy of even more. Start each day by taking a moment to reflect on what you are thankful for. The simple act of gratitude shifts your vibration to one of abundance, and the law of attraction responds to abundance. The more thankful you are, the more blessings will flow your way. Think about the things you already have: relationships, health, love, joy, your abilities. Those are all signs that the universe has been working in your favor. The more you appreciate these things, the more you'll attract what you want in the future. The law of attraction is not about sitting back and waiting for things to magically appear. It is about taking inspired action. The universe responds to the energy you put out, but it's up to you to do your part. Opportunities will come, but you must be willing to recognize them and act on them. This is where many people get confused. They might think that by just thinking positively, everything will fall into their laps. But the law of attraction works best when you take intentional steps toward your goal. That means saying yes to opportunities that feel right, stepping out of your comfort zone and taking bold actions toward your dream. Finally, the law of attraction teaches us that we must also practice detachment. This doesn't mean that we stop caring about our dreams, but it means we release the need to control the outcome. Sometimes our attachment to how things should unfold blocks the flow of abundance. Trust that the universe knows the best path for you, even if it's different from what you expected. When you let go of the need to control every detail, you allow space for something even greater to enter your life. Trust the process. Trust that what you want is already on its way. The role of self-worth and growth. And why it's not just important, it's absolutely essential to creating the life we desire. We live in a world that's constantly moving, constantly evolving, and yet sometimes we forget that the most significant change starts with us. The external world may offer its challenges, opportunities, and setbacks, but the way we respond to it, the way we grow through it, is what ultimately defines our success. Self-work is not a quick fix, nor is it a destination. It is an ongoing, intentional effort to understand ourselves more deeply and to improve the person we are today. Self-work means doing the hard work of looking inward, of facing our fears, confronting our insecurities, and being honest about the areas in which we need to grow. But here's the thing, self-work is not easy. It requires vulnerability, courage, and a willingness to face uncomfortable truths about ourselves. However, it is only through this self-reflection and personal development that we are able to create lasting change. Think about this. The most successful people in the world in any field, whether it's business, sports, art, or leadership, did not reach their level of achievement by chance. They did so because they consistently dedicated themselves to their personal growth. They recognized that the world outside them could be unpredictable, but the one thing they had control over was their own actions, attitudes, and mindset. The first step in any journey of self-work is to get real with yourself. Ask the tough questions. What are my strengths and how can I leverage them? What are my weaknesses and how can I work on improving them? What fears are holding me back and how can I overcome them? What limiting beliefs do I have and how can I replace them with empowering ones? The truth is, self-awareness is the foundation of all growth. When you are aware of where you are, what you need to change, and where you want to go, only then can you take the necessary steps to evolve. The second key point is that growth is a lifelong journey. It is not something that happens overnight, and it's certainly not something you achieve once and then forget about. Growth requires consistency, the daily commitment to show up for yourself, even on the days when you feel like giving up. Think about physical fitness. When you decide to work on your health, you don't just work out one time and expect to see the results. No, you commit to regular workouts, proper nutrition, and a healthy mindset, day after day, month after month. The same principle applies to your personal development. It's the small actions made consistently over time that compound to create massive growth. When you commit to self-work, you're essentially working out your mind, your emotions, your habits, and your beliefs. You're conditioning yourself for success, for resilience, and for the challenges that life will throw at you. And just like in physical fitness, there will be days when it's hard, days when you don't see immediate results. But remember, it's in those moments that growth is actually happening. Life is filled with challenges, some big, some small. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't go as planned or when we face roadblocks that seem insurmountable. But here's the thing. Self-work gives you the tools to handle adversity. When you take the time to develop yourself, you start to shift your mindset. You begin to see obstacles as opportunities for growth. You start to see failure as a lesson, not as a dead end. Every setback, every difficult moment becomes a chance to build your resilience, sharpen your skills, and develop your character. There's a quote that goes, "The strongest steel is forged in the hottest fire." It's true. Challenges don't break you, they build you. And the more you work on yourself, the better equipped you become to handle whatever life throws your way. Self-worth gives you the strength to keep moving forward when things get tough. It teaches you patience, persistence, and the belief that you are capable of overcoming anything. When you grow from your struggles, you become a version of yourself that is stronger, wiser, and more capable than you were before. Now, while self-work is critical, there's something just as important to remember: self-compassion. It's easy to get caught up in the idea of growth and feel like we need to be perfect, to have everything figured out, and to always be improving. But growth doesn't mean you have to be hard on yourself. It's about recognizing that you are human, that mistakes are a part of the journey, and that it's okay to not have all the answers. The key is to treat yourself with the same kindness, understanding, and encouragement that you would offer to a friend. When you stumble, instead of beating yourself up, recognize that you're still on the path. You're still growing, and every step, no matter how small, is progress. Self-compassion creates the mental space to keep growing. When you're kind to yourself, you give yourself permission to try again, to learn and to improve. It's about progress, not perfection. Finally, self-work and growth don't just impact you, they impact everyone around you. As you grow, you inspire others to grow. The more you work on yourself, the more you influence your family, friends, colleagues, and even strangers in ways you might not immediately realize. Think about the people in your life who inspire you. Chances are they didn't just sit back and wait for their lives to improve. They took action. They worked on their mindset, their habits, and their goals. They grew, and because of their growth, they lifted those around them. As you work on your personal development, you become a beacon of possibility for others. You show them that growth is not only possible, it's within reach for everyone. Your journey of self-work has the power to spark a ripple effect of positive change in the world. So let me leave you with this. The most powerful tool you have in your life is yourself. The key to transforming your circumstances, your mindset, and your future lies within you. You have the ability to shape your destiny, to grow beyond your limitations, and to create the life you've always dreamed of. But it all starts with one thing: the commitment to do the self-work, to take responsibility for your growth, to look inward, face your challenges, and keep moving forward. Growth is not easy, but it's always worth it. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, step by step, day by day. Keep investing in yourself, keep growing, and trust that every bit of work you do will lead you to the person you are meant to be. Life is not a straight line. There are twists, turns, ups and downs. We all start from different places, have different paths, and follow different timelines. Yet so often we fall into the trap of thinking we should be somewhere else by now, or we should have accomplished certain things by a particular age. Society often has set expectations about where we should be in life, leading us to constantly compare our progress to others. But the truth is, your journey is unique, and you are exactly where you need to be at this moment. Each person's journey is marked by different experiences, lessons, and growth. Some may get to their goals quickly, while others take longer. There is no universal timetable for success or fulfillment. What is important is recognizing that your life, with all its detours and delays, is still unfolding in the way it's supposed to. The universe, or life itself, works in ways we may not always understand, but everything happens in divine timing. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to feel like we're always chasing the next thing. We're focused on the future, getting a promotion, buying a house, achieving our dreams. While having goals and aspirations is vital, we also need to appreciate the present. Often we spend so much time worrying about where we want to go that we forget the significance of where we are right now. Being where you need to be is about embracing the present moment fully. Sometimes life asks us to be patient and trust that our time will come. And sometimes the circumstances you are facing right now, whether good or challenging, are exactly what you need to prepare for what's next. If you take the time to be present, you will see that there is always something valuable in the current moment, whether it's a lesson to learn, a person to meet, or an experience to grow from. One of the most powerful aspects of this phrase is trust. We all experience moments of doubt and frustration when things aren't going as planned. You might find yourself asking, why is this happening to me? Why am I not further along? Why does it seem so easy for others? But here's the truth. You are where you need to be because life is preparing you for something greater. The difficulties and challenges you're facing right now are not roadblocks, they're stepping stones. They are providing you with the tools, experiences, and resilience you'll need to achieve your goals in the future. Think about the times when you felt lost or unsure. In hindsight, many people realize that those moments were critical for growth. They shaped who they are today and led them to where they needed to be. The process of getting to where you want to be is often more important than the destination itself. The lessons learned during those times of struggle, confusion, and waiting often lay the foundation for future success and happiness. The idea that you are where you need to be is also a reminder that challenges are an inherent part of life, and they are there for a reason. It can be tough when things aren't going smoothly, but challenges are not there to break you. They are there to teach you important lessons about yourself, your abilities, and the world around you. If everything in life were easy, there would be no opportunity for growth. Challenges push us to become better versions of ourselves. They force us to reflect, adapt, and overcome. When we are stuck in difficult situations, it's easy to feel hopeless, but instead, try to see those situations as opportunities for growth. Often, the place where you are today is preparing you for a bigger opportunity tomorrow. The hardships you've faced or the obstacles you've encountered might seem like setbacks, but they could very well be leading you to your true calling, helping you discover a new passion, or making you more compassionate toward others. One of the most important aspects of you are where you need to be is acceptance. Acceptance isn't about resigning yourself to a situation that doesn't fulfill you. It's about understanding that where you are right now is part of your journey. It's a reminder to stop fighting against reality and start working with it. Acceptance also means giving yourself grace. You are exactly where you need to be in life, even if it's not where you thought you would be. It's important to show yourself compassion as you move through life, especially in moments of doubt and uncertainty. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to trust that you are on the right path, even if it doesn't look exactly how you imagined it would. When we shift our perspective, we can see that our challenges, our detours, and our pauses are all part of the process. Instead of seeing obstacles as setbacks, we can choose to see them as opportunities to learn and grow. Every experience, whether positive or negative, has the potential to teach us something valuable. The idea that you are where you need to be encourages us to view life from a place of abundance, not lack. Instead of constantly yearning for what's next, we learn to appreciate what we have right now. It's about changing your focus from what's wrong to what can I learn. By adopting this perspective, you begin to see the beauty in where you are right now and the value in every moment. Finally, you are where you need to be teaches us about the importance of patience. Our culture often promotes a sense of urgency. Everything needs to happen quickly, but sometimes patience is the most important thing we can practice. We live in a world that tells us we need to get things done fast, but not everything is meant to happen on our timetable. Some things, like the growth of a tree or the creation of a masterpiece, take time. Life's most meaningful moments can't be rushed. Trust that in time, the right opportunities will present themselves and the right experiences will come to you when you're truly ready. So the next time you feel uncertain about where you are in life, remember, you are exactly where you need to be. Every step, every detour, every challenge is part of the process that will get you to where you're meant to go. Trust in the timing of your life. Learn from your experiences. Be present in the moment. Know that you are where you are meant to be in this season of your life. It may not always make sense now, but it will eventually. And remember, growth doesn't always happen in leaps and bounds. Sometimes it's the small, seemingly insignificant steps that prepare you for the bigger ones ahead. Be patient with the process, embrace the journey, and most importantly, trust yourself. You are exactly where you need to be.